Hey everybody, this is Mark Detkoff with Keller Williams, and I wanted to touch base today about a really common phrase that people are using in the housing industry, and it's called a 2-1 buy down. If you haven't heard this yet, you're probably going to. A lot of realtors and lenders are advertising them right now, and so I just wanted to go over real quick kind of the gist of how it works and what the benefits are to both the buyer and the seller for doing this. So a 2-1 buy down is an opportunity where the buyer, say the regular rate in today's market is 7%. I'm just throwing a random number out there. A 2-1 buy down would mean that when the buyer purchases the home, the seller prepays the interest for the first 2 years for the buyer so that they can get a 5% interest rate in year one, which is 2 percentage points less than the 7. And then in year two, they'd have a 6% interest rate. And so the first year it's 2% lower, the second year it's 1% lower, and then starting year three, they would be back to what's considered the par rate or the going rate. So why would somebody want to do this? Well, one is for those first 2 years, the buyer can get a smaller monthly payment, which makes living everyday life easier, more money for groceries and gas and for fun things to do. The seller, it benefits them because most times the cost of prepaying this interest for the buyer is less than what a price reduction would be to get a buyer to actually buy the house. If a house is listed at $500,000, instead of doing a $25,000 price reduction, they might be able to only pay $10,000 or $15,000 to do this 2-1 buy down for the buyer. Now, things to watch out for, right? After year two, the rate goes back to where it was originally quoted, 7% in this instance. Make sure you can qualify and you feel comfortable with that payment because there's no guarantee that you're going to be able to refinance or change that or sell the house going into it. So you're going to be stuck with that payment. So make sure you know what's coming ahead. Now, if rates go down by year three, one of the cool benefits is that whatever unused monies that the seller gave the buyer to do this buy down, anything that's not used can actually go toward a principal reduction or helping with that refinance cost to lock in a lower interest rate in the long term. So that's kind of the short end of what a 2-1 buy down is. It is a good program if it makes sense for both the buyer and the seller. It's no guarantees. It's not saying that forever the rate will be lower, but it can be a little bit more helpful in a time where we're seeing much higher interest rates than what we're used to. So if you have any questions, definitely go to your local mortgage or real estate professional. If you don't have one, please reach out to me. All my information's in the post. Thanks.